Hello and welcome to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. You find me at Wat Kampong Siai. Now this place is really different. Firstly, we have this grotto. It's very much like Santa's grotto. And where I'm going to take you is in a circle because what is directly above us is in fact a modern temple. And there's an awful lot to this site. So we're going to zip round. But as always, there is an ancient temple here as well. But trust me, you've never seen anything as colourful as this place. So this is it. There's the music. And what happens is you walk round, and I've seen this in Italy and other countries, but I spent a lot of time in Italy as a child, where you would walk round a holy site or a holy relic and you would chant or similar. And I can imagine the same thing happening here as we go from silver to gold. It's quite remarkable. And there you go. There's our circle complete. And what is outside is quite spectacular. Now here is the temple that is directly above where we've just walked our holy circle, shall we say. But it's this way I wish to take you. This is a really rich temple. I mean really rich. No matter where you turn, there's these beautiful colours and they've spent so much money on it. It is absolutely divine. And it's not just beauty, they also have grandeur. And for grandeur, we only need to go up these steps. Because what's up these steps is absolutely colossal. Right, yeah. Now then, I did say colossal, didn't I? And I never undersell anything, nor do I amplify or, I don't know, gild the lily, as my lawyer used to say, which means to, enhance things and make them up somewhat. So when I say colossal, I bally well mean it. This is obviously a very revered monk. And what I have done is I have removed my shoes because I am going to move closer to him so I can show you how big this sculpture is. As you drive into this area, you can see this guy looming from miles away. So allow me to get closer, and as I get closer, a magic trick will happen. For I will get smaller and smaller, and he will get bigger and bigger. Here we go. Now I am now up on a step. Okay, here I am. Have a look at the enormity of this statue. I have never seen bigger. I have been all around the world and I have travelled more miles in Southeast Asia than any man I have known or met. And this, by far, is the biggest statue of its kind I have ever seen. And the detailing on it is quite remarkable. It's exceedingly lifelike. So it really is an impressive piece of art. Everywhere you turn here, there is more colour and more beauty. Look at this tree. It has been wrapped in coloured material. It's really beautiful. And it just goes on and on and on like this. Now, there's a giant tortoise, for instance. We're going to go this way because through here is Kala, I believe, who's the god of death and destruction. And when we meet Kala, what we're going to have to do is actually go through his mouth. You see him there? Isn't that incredible? But as we go through, we are going to walk into a room of pure gold. We could be in the palace of some Arabian prince, but no, this is exceedingly a holy place. And it only amplifies what I said prior about how incredibly wealthy this pagoda is. Everything is done on such a grand scale, but it's not just that. It is also done with incredible style and finesse. Have a look at the centerpiece here. I cannot actually show you as to how large it is, but you're going to have to trust me. This is truly enormous. When we go through the mouth of death and into the golden hall, we of course retreat, and this is where we come to. And look, are you starting to see it? There is the ancient temple, and that in its day was also exceedingly grand. Now I'm going to have to step back here to try and get these enormous naga that's on the right and this enormous cobra. Sorry, the naga's on the left, the cobra's on the right, and this Buddha in the center. Now what I want to do is actually give you an idea as to the size of these as well. So allow me to set up my camera and take a short walk. Now I have a feeling that I have landed in Lilliput, for I feel so very small. And allow me to demonstrate yet again the enormity of this site. Here we have this giant purple cobra, and right there is an enormous Buddha. But for me to show you the size of everything here, I need to do my old trick, and that is to bugger off. Now there's some stairs next to this cobra, so I'm going to go up them to show you. Here we go. Can you see me? I'm waving my arms. I'm now ascending the stairs, and you will see how exceedingly tiny I am compared to absolutely everything in this building. It is absolutely ginormous. Everything they've built is on a truly epic scale. And that giant Buddha gazes forward to what was the ancient past. For this is the temple I have actually come to see. Of course, I'm in awe of what they've achieved with rebar concrete and an awful lot of gold paint. But here is the true wonder to me. And this is the genesis of it all. And you see this often. You have these old temples, and right next door you have modern ones. And we can see, just glancing left and right, that this is certainly a substantial temple, and on its own, back in its day, was also considerably wealthy. So for all those centuries that have passed by, this ancient temple, with its wealth and its splendor, has continued onwards with yet more success. And do you remember me saying to you, you could see that guy from miles away? Well, have a look. There he is. Now, we're not going to spend much time here at all, but there is somebody I must pay my respects to, because it is the god Indra. Now, Indra is a god of, well, some similarities to myself, which I'll explain in a moment. But let me show you where he is. And it's so rare that you get to see him. He is up here. Can you see that elephant? Well, he's sitting atop of the elephant. The elephant is Adavata. He is a ginormous, multi-headed white elephant, the grandest of all elephants. And atop of him is Indra. And allow me to explain why he and I are kind of similar in our ways. You see, I need to explain why it is I hunt ancient temples. And it's all because I was a horrendous addict. I was so bad, I was rushed in ambulances to hospitals 3 times, unconscious and seizing, and they had to quite simply resuscitate me. I was walking such a thin line between life and death. It's actually quite surprising to some that I'm still alive. And it's temples that gave me my life back, because I had an aim in life. And as I discovered these temples, often in Cambodia, in landmine fields and in places like that, it is exceedingly dangerous what I do on occasions. I learnt about the gods, and one of the gods I learnt about was darling Indra. Now, when I learnt his history, I was amazed, because we're not that dissimilar. You see, Indra was known for carousing. He was out drinking and partying and hanging out with all the ladies. And that's exactly what I was doing. And Indra was pulled in by the other gods like Vishnu and Shiva. And he was told, you're a god. You need to pull your act together and act like a god, to be an example. And he did just that. But when I learnt of his past, it touched me deeply. Because if a god can get it oh so wrong, then maybe I wasn't so bad after all. So this is where this particular tale ends, in this glorious tunnel of colour. Very much a celebration of life, I feel. In the background there's evening prayers, and if you can see these three ladies, what they're doing is they're going down this huge row of bowls and they're dropping a coin in each one as a prayer, as a mark to denote hopefully future good luck. It is quite incredible, this site. If you ever come in this area, then do drop by here. The wealth of the ancient empire, the ancient temple is right there. And in this particular corner of the empire, the wealth continued, and it is staggering. And for me personally, to meet my own particular god that means so much to me, Indra, well, isn't that the icing on the cake? As always, I very much hope you've enjoyed this quick jog around a place in a far off mystical land. And if by chance you can help me build up a library of these temples, then it's very easy. It's www.patreon.com/temples. That's as simple as it is. So now only remains for me to say to you, I wish you absolutely nothing but of course, the very best. You be sure to take good care now. And when you walk, why not walk with the ancients? And why not walk through a tunnel of colours?